This is my Onechunk Ironman, Chunk Wellard. I started my journey in East Ardoyne, but I've since expanded my world southward to the fishing trawler, where I've been stuck for the past year. After recently completing my trawler grind, I'm working on getting the final levels to finally be able to leave this chunk. 90 mining and 91 cooking. Welcome to the Onechunk. Hello everyone and welcome. So by the end of this episode we will have rolled at least one new chunk, but before we can do that we've got a few more levels to get, so let's just jump right into it. So this is where we're going to be living for the next 100 hours or so, just at these two rocks right here, going back and forth on them. I'm going to be doing something very blasphemous, and I'm going to be dropping all of the iron that I mine. I know some people will think that's literally the worst thing I could possibly do, but I'm doing this more for speed, and I don't 100% need the iron, so this is how I'm going to do it. Always feels good saying this. That is the first level of the video, 85 mining. Now mine runite. I don't know where the nearest runite mine is, but it's going to be useful eventually, maybe. 5 more levels to go. And that is 86 mining. These levels are a lot longer than I thought they would be, but they're definitely getting there. They're getting there. I can't really say much else. If you're wondering what's going on in the chat, this is to timestamp the video. We're currently watching the Golden Gnomes. I didn't get nominated. Maybe one day. And that is 87 mining. I'll be honest, this grind has been a bit of a tough one for me. It's been one of those ones that I've just not been interested in at all. But we are slowly getting there. We've only got 3 more levels to go, and I think hopefully now I'm going to have a bit more motivation to do it, you know? But we'll see. We do have to take a slight detour from the mining grind just for a couple of minutes because recently, well I say recently, at some point, with the Valamore release, a new construction challenge was added to our chunk. So last episode, we only needed 50 construction in order to change our sort of house style to the Falador style. But thankfully, we now only need 70 construction, which we do have, and we can talk to the estate agent, and we can redecorate our house in the, I think it's the Valamore style, Civitas style. And just like that, we've completed a challenge, completed a chunk task. It's one that didn't exist until a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago maybe. I don't know when it came out. But I've just had to spend 35k on it. But never mind, another chunk task. Has anyone ever had this bug before? I'm in the mime event and I'm facing the wrong way. I can still do all the emotes, it seems. It's just I am just backwards. Jagex, please fix your game. Thanks. Bit of a more unique level coming in, that is 53 crafting. This is literally just from the gems that I'm getting from mining. If we do a quick stock count, you can see we've got, 250 gems here. Some are from random events, but quite a lot of them are literally just from getting them while mining. And we're about 1 million XP away from our mining goal now, nearly 88. So let's keep on trucking. And that is 88 mining, 2 more levels to go, and now I can finally use this lamp I've been holding on to. So you may remember, if you've watched any of my other videos, that one of my other videos was titled, I mined 17,000 iron ore with a bronze pickaxe. So far I've mined about, I don't even know, 40,000, probably more, and I've still got about 27,000 more to go, but only 2 more levels, so let's go. And now we've got the second most important mining level coming in, 89 mining, 1 more to go. But we're going to take a little break from mining at the moment, as I want 90 mining to be the last level we get in this chunk. So we still need 1 more mining level. We also need 2 more cooking levels, and I've got a strategy that we're going to do for that. But first I do need to get some money, and then I will explain all. So before now, our main source of cooking XP was the fishing trawler, and it was really good. We got loads of cooked fish from there, but unfortunately, because now the majority of fish that I'm going to get from the fishing trawler are manta rays, I obviously can't cook them, so it's no longer really a viable strategy. Thankfully, we are saved by the charter ship traders, because they sell raw rabbit. Now, I've turned some of the iron I mined into iron spits, which means I can put 13 iron spits in my inventory, buy 13 raw rabbits from the trader, combine them, cook them, and I will receive my iron spits back, so I can start all over again. I do still need about 10,000 rabbits, but I've already got enough money that we should be able to go the whole way. It's just a case of doing it. So let's do it. And we are now at 90 cooking, one more level to go. Dark crabs, kieran fish, and psk bats. Pretty good. We've got about 8,000 more rabbits to go. But it's kind of crazy. We're only 2 levels away from being able to roll the next chunk. It's been a long time coming. And here we are, 91 cooking, finally. Can now cook manta rays. That's the big one. It's been a very long time coming, this. Nice gold XP tracker bar. Let's finish cooking the final few rabbits we've got. So now all I've got left is the 90 mining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish that, and then the last thing I do on this account for this chunk will be to do the final fishing trawler, grab that manta ray, cook it straight away. So we just need to do a bit more mining and we can finally get there. Also a nice 10,000 roasted rabbits, which I'm sure I'll use at some point. Now, before we go any further, it's time for everyone's favourite segment, and it's been a while since the last one, the Future Chunk Checker. So, let's take a look at the map as it stands. So, Chunk 1 is the Ardoin farm, and I'm going to follow in the footsteps of a few other chunkers and place farming as a passive skill. So while I'll still work on it in the background, it's not going to stop me from rolling any chunks. Because of this chunk is pretty free. We just need to thieve from a master farmer and collect some farming boots from the farmers here. So all in all, a pretty quick chunk. The same cannot be said for Chunk 2, the Ardoin Castle. This one's going to require 87 crafting in order to make an empty light orb, which will involve glass blowing with the new furnace that I unlock there. There's also a few drops from killing monsters such as the long bone and the curved bone. And speaking of drops, Chunk 3, Witch Haven, has the long and curved bone grinds as well, but the big drop is the Smouldering Stone from Hellhounds, which is a 1 in 32,000 drop. And they're the only things I need from this chunk, but it still could take a very long time. Chunk 4 is the Ardoin Monastery, and we've got a few more bone drops there as well, along with our first quests in the Monk's Friend and the Clock Tower. I think this is the one I want the most, because it's not too much of a grind, and it starts moving us more to the west, which is opens up a load of possibilities. And below that chunk, we've got the Fight Arena, home of the quest Fight Arena, and once we've completed that, it's quickly, we can move right along. So the next two chunks, 6 and 7, are both quick ones as well. They just both require a few diary tasks to be completed, and then we can roll again. So again, a couple of free ones. And finally, chunk 8, Rimington. Some people asked why I can even roll this chunk. My reasoning is if I can use the boat with Captain Barnaby to get from Ardoin to Brimhaven, I can use the same boat to go to Rimington. And this chunk just requires us to do some chopping, burning and fletching of yew logs, and not really much else. Now, none of these chunks are too bad on their own, besides the Smouldering Stone, but at this point we are only 2 rolls away from 3 separate skill capes, which will require me to get level 99 in those skills, while also being 3 rolls away from 2 other skill capes, so there could be some big grinds on the horizon. But with that explained, the next few clips are from the chunk rolling stream that I did here on YouTube. Some of the talking will be from the stream, some will be voiceover, but I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who came out. I think I'm going to make it a thing that I stream all my chunk rolls, you know, however many there are. So if you want to make sure you're here for all of them, make sure you're subscribed. And, you know, like the video as well. Go on, you know you want to. And with this final lamp, 90 mining. I can now mine size 9 stars, And that is the final goal achieved. I feel incredible. That just feels so good. Now that the 90 mining goal was finally achieved, I went out on the trawler for one last trip before rolling so that I could catch the manta rays that I needed to cook for the elite diary task. We'll draw as many as we can. And hopefully, an elite task in the Ardoin area has been completed. And that is the final task of the chunk. Spoon GZ'd me in the wrong chat. How embarrassing. But yeah. Right. So, now we just finished this inventory. Honestly, I was expecting to burn a lot more than I am. I think 99 cooking might actually be not that crazy with fishing trawler. Obviously, I don't have to worry about that yet, but that does now mean we can move on over to... And once they were nice and cooked up, we were ready to roll. I went through the chunks before I rolled on stream, but you've already had the much more succinct rundown, so let's get right to the roll. Right. Are we ready? I am unbelievably nervous for this. But there's no other way to do it, so let's go. I'm bricking it, boys. Here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, the reason I sound so worried is not this chunk itself. It's actually the fact that I am now only one roll away from having to get 99 agility in the Brimhaven agility arena. But this current chunk only has a few easy tasks, as you can see here, so let's quickly get this one completed. Here we are. A brand new world. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately do the easy task and get Barnaby to take me back. That's one easy task done. So we're already a quarter of the way done with this task, guys. And I don't have a rake. Where do I get the rake from? Do I have to buy it? Can I buy it from this man? I can buy it from here. There we go. Right. One rake. Wow. It's like I'm Verth. Raking content. Chop near patch. Yep. Thank you. Yeah. So if we get the Inferno chunk, we'll backlog Inferno, but we won't backlog the fight caves. And that is another chunk task done. Raking content. That's already 2 done. Right, now, seaweed. We get it from these guys? Maybe? I think we just need the one. And I think we can literally just drop... Yes, we can just drop and pick up. Now this is the high quality content you're all after. Who needs rake content when you've got seaweed content? Bam, that's another one. Now, knowing my luck, I'm going to get killed by those spiders, so I am going to actually give myself a bit of armor, just to, because otherwise it will definitely kill me, and that would be incredibly embarrassing. Get my absolute Chad gear out. Now, this is peak performance. Like, people might say, oh, you know, I've got Bandos Tassets, I've got the Infernal Cape. That's nothing. Full myths where it's at. Probably should have also brought food, but again, I just love giving Barnaby all of my fucking money. I mean, I'm only killing one, so let's get the spider. Do these guys poison you? Well, I'm sure we're about to find out. Right, there we go. That's the spider. That's the spider carcass. Use that on that. That's a spider on a shaft. I assume that's the same as spider on a stick. And there we go. 2 chunks in one day. Can you believe it, everyone? 2 chunks in one day. That's the most progress I've I've ever made. I'm doubling my chunk size. Right, well now we can flip back to the chunk map. So, rake a farming patch, we did that. And the 3 diary tasks, we did those. So, our 2 new chunks, have a quick look. Horseshoe mine, I don't know what we've got. Oh, 1 task. Mine some gold. That's pretty easy, we can do that. That's straight away and easy. That's just a 1 and done. And then this is the big one. Brimhaven. Buy the agility cape. Buy a steel dragon. I think that's 95 construction. We're gonna cut that one off. We're not gonna do that one because that's just 95. You need like billions and billions and billions. It's like even more than the bagged plants. Like if you think the bagged plant grind is silly, this one is even worse. Complete a lap. Oh, so the Arduino agility course. That's 90 agility. Claim a ticket from the agility arena, and then it's all agility arena stuff, and then the Mark of Grace as well. Pirate's Hook, that's from the agility arena shop. So we've got gold or 1 to 99 agility right there, which is nice that you guys really want me to do. Like, thanks. So here we go. I'm praying. I want 9. I want to do a quest. 8 or 9. 8 or 9. That's fine. Yeah, we'll already have the trim cape, Daryl, because I've already got 99 thieving, so thankfully that isn't an issue. But here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm so worried. Hey! That's a good one. I'm happy with that one. Back to the old clock tower and the monastery. Right, so the main thing here is the curved and the long bones. So I'm gonna get what I need for the clock tower and monk's friend quest. Let's just dump all that in there. I don't know what to use my lamp on now. Maybe I'll do it on like farming. What will I need? So here we go. While we have a quick look around the chunk in the background, let's have a quick rundown of all the tasks we've got to do. We've got a few drops from the monsters here. We have a best in slot cape, as it's the first and only cape we can get, and that's the red cape from goblins at a 1 in 128 drop rate. We've also got the long and curved bone drops from the ogres, which is a 1 in 400 and a 1 in 5000 drop rate respectively. And finally, we've got the 2 quests, Monk's Friend and Clock Tower, which I completed during this live stream. If you want a more in-depth look at them, I would suggest either watching the live stream or they are featured during the first episode of my Quest Chunk series, but they have been completed on this account now. And we finished up the live stream by killing a few goblins and ogres, but no drops from them yet, unfortunately. And that is where we are going to end this episode. Thank you all very much for watching, and thank you again to everyone who came to the live stream. Next episode, we'll be moving on from this chunk, so we'll be doing another stream at some point. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. But until then, I've got some ogres to kill. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.